Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to Best Anime Series of 2022, the final fourth part. Sorry that I'm late with this video, but I've been busy with music reviews, creating my own music. That stuff takes a lot of time, especially when I'm also watching lots of movies, TV shows and anime. It's hard to keep up, but I did it. I finally finished every anime that was done in 2022. In this episode I have chosen 15 good animes from the final season of 2022. The quality of these shows range from good to great. Only one show is excellent cause it evoked a lot of emotions in me. I must say that 2022 wasn't a bad year for anime, but as usual mostly shit was released, and I had to lower my expectations for some shows. I even watched stuff that I'm not a big fan of usually. You know, I hate ecchi shit, anything that is like about sex, I'm like, why? I'm demisexual and kinda asexual, so I just don't find that stuff funny. Chainsaw Man is probably the most recognizable anime from 2022. It became a massive success. I enjoyed the storyline. Some of the characters' motivations are weird to me, like the fact that Denji is such a loser that he is motivated by touching boobs. It's ridiculous. This is some of the cringiest shit ever. To put it shortly, the show is about Denji, a guy who is half human and half demon because his pet demon died. He was my favorite character in the show, and now that pet demon is a part of him, and whenever he wants he can just change his head into chainsaw. This sounds like some Morbius shit, doesn't it? Even the pictures, look at them. Morbius, just Morbius shit. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's Denji. That's the woman who's also a demon, I forgot her name. She annoys me a lot, to be honest. But yeah, I enjoyed this show cause I'm interested in how the story will conclude, and I hope they will finish it in like 2 or 3 seasons. I don't want this to be another stupid shonen that has 300 episodes, because I might be dead at that point and I would like to see the end. It's a good show, I enjoyed the art, the story, some of the music is cool. Also the idea of having a completely different opening and ending at every episode is cool as hell. Besides that, this is nothing special, but I still recommend watching it, even if it means going through some cringy scenes. Next anime, it's Berserk Memorial Edition. I don't actually know how different this stuff is from the movies, if they added any new scenes or not, because I've watched the movies like years ago. I still think that Berserk deserves a better anime, cause every anime about Berserk is not perfect, to say the least. I think that the Golden Age arc, this edition, is the best so far, but they can do better. This manga deserves a better show. Like with Full Metal Alchemist, the first show was shit, it's unwatchable, and Brotherhood is a masterpiece, it's 11 out of 10 show. So I hope that someday we will get even better Berserk anime that will adaptate every arc so far, cause I just love these characters and the story and the world. It's truly interesting. If you don't know Berserk, which is like impossible for me to fathom, it's about a guy named Guts, and he's like a mercenary for hire or some shit, and he joins this band of misfits, and you're going to see what is going to happen next. I don't want to spoil this shit, cause when I first watched this show I was like 15 and I didn't know anything about it, and this Golden Age arc will fucking wreck you if you don't know anything about it. So yeah, don't search for the information, just watch it, it's great. Spy X Family, second season. I've already talked about this show in one of the previous episodes. It's basically about a family where the dude is a spy, the woman is the assassin, and the child is a psychic. She can hear other people's thoughts, and it's basically about this fake family becoming a real one. Some of the episodes are funny, some have lots of actions. I truly enjoyed this thing. My favorite episodes were about tennis. It was hilarious to me. But I must say that this season is not as good as the first one. It's still okay, I got through it. I hope the third one is going to be better. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 3. Finally, we have the conclusion to the 6th season of JoJo. I actually loved this thing, especially the ending. I've cried at the end, I was like, this is beautiful. Please watch it if you're a fan of JoJo. Everybody knows JoJo, so I don't even have to explain this shit. This is not my favorite season of JoJo. Those would be the 2nd, the 3rd one and the 5th one. But I think this one is better than the 1st and the 4th. And I cannot wait for more, to be honest. Tensei Shitaya Deshita. Now this is one of those shows that I usually don't watch, because I don't like when the main characters look like children. I know that Japan has a serious issues with pedophilia and other shit. This is basically stuff for priests. I think like priests love watching moe anime and shit like that. Those fucking degenerates. So this is about a cat girl who has a sword, and that sword is actually a dude who was reincarnated, and he basically protects her, and they fight monsters, and there's a guild of heroes. This is usual isekai shit, but I've enjoyed watching it. It's nothing special, but compared to the rest of the season, it was like enjoyable. So yeah, this season was shit if I enjoyed this show. I hope they will continue this show and just talk about more serious subjects and take it more seriously. I am not even going to read the whole title of this one. Akuyaku is about a girl who was reincarnated into a video game where she is the villain of the story. She wants to be good and she falls in love with that bad guy who is supposed to destroy the world or some shit, and she doesn't want him to do that. I actually enjoy this show a lot. The characters are fun, I like the romance shit. This is not a spoiler because it happens in the first episode, but there's more than one person reincarnated, and of course that person is going to be the real villain, and this truly annoys me. It's just such a weak premise. I want this show to continue because I want to see the happy ending, that's it. Mob Psycho 100 Part 3. Now I think this is the weakest season of this show, but I still enjoy it because I love the characters. The art is nice and the story was fine. It could have been better. Go watch it if you like action and comedy. It's basically about a group of psychics and they fight monsters. Romantic Killer could have been my favorite show of this season, but of course they had to fuck it up. It's about this redhead girl who's just like very anti-romantic and anti-social. She just likes to play video games and not be bothered. I actually respect those kinds of people. I love them. And of course her life is ruined because a weird god shows up. He looks like a cookie and he basically sends a very beautiful guy her way. What I like about this show is that the girl is not interested in the guys, but what I hate about it the most is that they make a love triangle and then a love square, or however you fucking say it in English. You know, where there are 3 guys and 1 girl. And I just hate this shit. The show was great until the second dude. I'm not a fan of love triangles because to me they feel unrealistic. Just make a choice, and if you cannot make a choice then you're not an adult, and I fucking hate you. That's my opinion about love triangles in shows and real life. It's annoying, but I truly enjoyed the characters and their motivations. I don't know why the second dude that shows up, the childhood friend of the redhead girl, he's made up. Like, he wasn't her friend. the god planted memories inside him or some shit. I was like, what is this? This is a felony. But I still recommend watching this show because some of the scenes are very funny. All Saints Street, now this is my second favorite anime I am showing you today. It's basically about a demon, an angel, a mummy and a vampire living in the same apartment. And they have various adventures. It's very wholesome. I love the comedy here. And there's also a small romantic line in this season. I truly enjoy this stuff, and it's funny because it's Chinese, but they've made Japanese dub last year, and I love that Japanese dub. It's great. I hope this is going to get lots of seasons because I love watching it. Hoshi no Samidae is my favorite show I am presenting you today. It's just so interesting when it comes to the story and the characters' motivations. Every person here is likable and you want to know more about them. Some characters die, some do not. This one made me cry a lot. Basically it's a fantasy drama / comedy show about a group of people who want to save the earth from an alien threat, but one of them, a girl, she wants to destroy the world. I don't want to spoil anything more because the show is much more than that. I must say that my way of watching anime is great because I just watch everything without knowing what the stuff is about, and I'm mostly disappointed but also positively surprised, and this is one of the shows where I was very surprised, especially because the first episodes are just okay, but the more the show goes on, the better it becomes. And at the end you're just in love with the characters and you feel every death and every episode. This is a masterpiece. Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai. Now this is a second season of a show that I just enjoy so much because it's about this younger girl who's in love with a dude and they are just so oblivious to the fact that they both love each other and everyone around them sees that they are in love and they're trying to help them see that so they can be finally happy. I want another season and I want an ending to this story. I don't want this to have 200 episodes. Just please end it with another season, make the characters happy, and I will be happy. Watch it if you like comedies and romance stuff because this one is really interesting, even if it has some ecchi elements which I do not enjoy. Beast Tamer is one of those shows that I usually do not enjoy, but here some of it is actually wholesome. It's about a fantasy world where there's this dude Rain and he can tame any animal, but his previous party treated him like shit, and now he basically gets a new party, just with women, of course. Everybody likes each other and they have adventures and shit. Some of the scenes here are not fun to me. You know, this is another fantasy that every girl is going to like the main character and he's oblivious to that fact, and he's also very pure and wholesome. He doesn't have any dark thoughts in his head. But I truly enjoy the story here. I guess they could make another season where they would focus on adventures and the conflict between Rain and that another party. I would like for that story to be resolved. It's like a comfort show because, yeah, nothing really matters and the main character is always going to win. Lupin Zero or Lupin, I don't know how you pronounce that shit. It's a prequel to all of those Lupin animes and movies. Lupin is a thief and he likes to steal shit, and his friend has a gun and they have adventures together. Here they are in high school, so they are like 14 or 15 years old, and I've truly enjoyed this show. My only complaint is that there is not enough episodes, and I would love to see more, because this is my favorite stuff from the Lupin universe. Like, for real. This was fun, this was interesting. Some of the characters' motivations were like, oh no, don't do it. But yeah, I recommend watching this one. The art is nice, it reminds me of the old school stuff like from the 80s and 70s. Fufu Ijo, now this is a show that I didn't expect to enjoy like at all, because the main premise is so stupid. So basically in this universe, when you're in high school, you get matched with a woman who you didn't even choose, and you have to live together, and also at the same time you go to school, and based on how well you pretend to be married or some shit, you get more points and more benefits. This is like anti-freedom shit. Like, imagine if you were paired with someone you don't like. I would fucking kill myself. And I guess this anime is like a propaganda because there's not enough children being born in Japan and also other countries, like even my country. So they made this shit to like make people think about children and stuff and relationships. Yeah, I must say that this idea is not good. And also the things get even more complicated because we have a dude who's in love with another woman, but he is not paired with her. He's paired with one of the more popular girls and she doesn't like him, and she's also in love with a dude who was paired with that girl who the other dude loves. So that's the main issue with the story here. And the whole anime is like, yeah, we must just pretend to be in love and get on the top of the board because then you can change your partner. And they basically want to swap between them so they can be with the ones they love. I feel like it's hilarious to show a progression between the characters. Usually this is called character development, but here it's like Stockholm Syndrome, where you're in pair with someone that you hate and the other person hates you, and in the matter of couple of episodes they start liking each other more and more. I feel like in real life it doesn't work this way, but what can I know? I'm just a YouTuber, so you can clearly see that I failed at life. And the final show, No Min Kanuen. Now this is actually an interesting one. It's about a dude, Aru, who's a farmer, and the only thing he wants to do is to farm. I want some carrots, some potatoes, I want to farm. I want to farm all day. He's like the Fred Durst of farming. He's strong and he's unstoppable. I love this show. Some of the stuff here doesn't work for me. As usual, some ecchi and fake romance shit. You know, when the dude is so strong that every woman falls for him and he's like, get the fuck out of here. I want to farm. Where are my carrots? So that's the show. That's the last thing I've got for you. Those were the shows where I felt least cringest while watching them. If any of this stuff caught your attention, check it out. I will see you next in Best Anime of 2023 so far, part 1, very soon. I hope you're going to have a great day. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, links in the description, and I will see you in my other videos. Bye!